Hi there, this is Nina again, and I had another quiet moment. Yay! So I thought I would jump on and talk about some things I was looking at the last couple of days. Opened up to the book of Matthew, it's chapter 6 through 7, 8, and some pretty really powerful scriptures right here. I love it when I can just open up the Bible and you can have, chapter after chapter after chapter that has some pretty powerful stuff in it. And anyway, so I came across many really great things that was popping out at me, and Matthew chapter 6, around the 22nd verse, it's talking about the lamp of the body. The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore your eye is good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If therefore the light is in you, is darkness, then how great is that darkness? So, we have to be careful what we put before our eyes. I think we're all guilty at some point in some way of putting things before our eyes that affect the light inside of us. Whether it's, the extreme things of pornography or, movies that are, got a lot of stuff in it that we shouldn't be watching, and or, even just putting our face in front of the social media too much. Sometimes there's some pretty raunchy stuff on social media too, and and it's no wonder the younger generation has a lot of trouble with this, because they are constantly putting stuff in the front of their face, the social media, the games, even video games. And what it's doing is it's substituting the things that you should be putting in front of your face. So that's probably another reason why it's harmful for people, for all of us, and kids, because instead of reading books or things that are healthy for them, or reading the Bible, or they're substituting that with very pretty raunchy stuff. Sometimes very silly stuff. It's okay to be watch silly stuff. It loosens you up and helps you laugh. But if that's constant, if it's all day long, then you're not getting serious about anything, you're not learning anything. Anyway, so that was pretty a lot of wisdom there. This is Jesus talking, by the way. This is all Jesus talking. That's why it's so good. Let's see. Do not worry. Therefore I say to you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat and what you will drink, nor about your body and what you will put in it. Because it is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing. Look at the birds in the air, and how they neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more valuable than they are? So he's telling us not to worry so much. I mean, we do have to be responsible, but we don't have to worry. If we keep turning to him and coming to him, he's going to help us through things. And these days, I know a lot of people are reaching out to him because they need help in many ways. We all need a lot of help today. But he's telling us, Jesus is telling us not to worry, to pray and believe that our Father is going to take care of us. Let me see. Do not judge. Judge not, that you be not judged. So we have to be careful. If we're going to be judgmental towards others, then we have to realize that God may use that same measure with us, and we have to forgive, and we have to try to sympathize sometimes, and that's what Jesus is telling us here. And that old saying, how can you say to your brother, let me remove the speck out of your eye, and look, a plank is in your own eye. So don't sit there and judge somebody when you got stuff, when you got stuff going on too. So then you're a hypocrite, if you're doing that. But people forget about their own flaws, they're so busy pointing at other people's flaws. It's easy for us to do that, isn't it? Okay, then, let's see, what else did it, narrow way, keep asking. For everyone who asks, receive, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knocks, it will be opened. Jesus is saying, you need to keep searching. I think a lot of times people are searching for truth, and I think if you're diligent, if you're genuinely really trying to seek the truth, you're going to find it. You're going to find Jesus, you're going to find God, if you're genuinely trying to find the truth. But if you're just trying to find a truth to match your your lifestyle, match your opinions, or match your political beliefs, or whatever, then you're not, I don't know if you're really going to end up where you need to go. I think if you're really trying to find the truth and you do the research, even looking into the scientific things, you're going to end up right back to God, because He's the truth. And when you got the truth, you can't go anywhere else. That's, you're going to end up right there, unless of course you want to make up your own thing, which a lot of people do. They just want to make up their own thing. Let me see. Okay, this is a good one too. This is in chapter 7, 24. Build on the rock. And therefore, where are we at? Okay. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built their house on a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and it beat down on the house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and and beat on the house, and it fell. The great was its fall, and great was its fall. So, that's another famous saying that, we need to put our foundation, our thoughts, our life, and our house, our spiritual house too, on the rock. And God is a rock. Jesus is our rock. He's our foundation. Everything He said is our foundation, our strength. If you're just gonna, if you're not gonna depend on God as your rock, you're gonna end up on sand, and it's not gonna last. And your house and everything you have, everything you are, will just fall through. So Jesus is telling us to make sure that we're building a good foundation on Him, on His truth. Stand on the truth. Build your house, build your life on the truth. Otherwise, things are just going to fall apart eventually. I like that one. Let's see. Heals anyway. Yeah, this is all good stuff here. Okay. Well, here's another one, another really good one. Chapter 8. What time is it? Okay. And when he had come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him, and behold, a leper came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, then you can make me clean. Then Jesus put out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleansed. Immediately the leprosy left him, or the leprosy was cleaned, and Jesus said to him, see that you tell no one, and go your way and show yourself to the priests, and offer the gift that Moses commanded as a testimony to them. So this is another famous thing when Jesus, this leper reaches out his hands and to Jesus. He says, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. So he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure if Jesus was willing. And this chapter right here, or these verses right here, is kind of a deal breaker here. It's kind of like, people are always asking, oh, if it's your will, Jesus, if it's your will that I be healed, if it's your will that I, am delivered of something, or if I if my life can be spared, from a disease or from a terrible accident or whatever, if it's your will. And Jesus makes it perfectly clear right here. He says, I am willing, that he wanted this man healed. He wanted him delivered. He does not want him to suffer. And he, throughout Scripture, throughout the New Testament, it was pretty obvious. Jesus didn't want people suffering. He didn't want people sick. He didn't want people being tormented by the demons. He didn't want that. That was not his will. So don't ever let somebody tell you that it's God's will for you, to suffer that way, because it's not. This is a fallen world, and it's a hard life. It's a fallen world, and there's sickness here, there's sadness here, there's violence, there's hate, there's war, there's pain, a lot of pain, there's all these things. Because of the nature of this world that we live in, that's just the way it is, But God makes promises to us. We're His covenant people, and He's made promises to us that He would be there with us. He'd be there for us. He would deliver us. He'd help us. He'd bring us to, the safety under the shadow of His wings. He's a good God, and if you take time to read the Bible, you can find that out. He's a good God. He's not he's not up there zapping people, wanting them to suffer, or whatever. He's a good God. And this is Matthew, is one of the disciples. The Gospels in the New Testament is Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and that's just 4 of his disciples, and they're all good. They all basically say about the same thing. They're all telling their view. Where are we at? They're all telling their view of what they saw and what they, from their own perspectives. And all 4 of them, a lot of these 4 books are similar. In their stories and what they were saying about Jesus and all the events that took place, and all the miracles and whatnot. But they are slightly different. So, but that's good, because it makes it more believable. It's more believable because it makes sense. If 4 different people are writing about the same thing, they're going to have 4 different perspectives. So, that's very believable. This whole thing is very believable. If you really take the time to study it, you'll know that. And if you're trying to really seek the truth, you will find it. So don't forget it. Anyway, I'm going on. It's almost 15 minutes. I don't think I need to hurry up there. So I just I wish that you would read this, and I wish that you would try to understand it. And I love the Bible, love the Word. It's one of my favorite things in this whole world. So, well, God bless you guys, and love you guys, and hang in there. And if you need any prayer, let me know. I like to pray. Peace.